I woke up on a spring morning in my home of Memphis, Tennessee, and I decided to do a little motorcycle camping trip that I've been wanting to do for a little while. See, I had heard about Bankhead National Forest from a few coworkers, and they basically all had the same thing to say, that it is amazing, and that it's a hidden gem, and a few even said it's their favorite national forest ever. From Memphis, it's only about 3 hours, so with this, it seemed like the perfect little weekend motorcycle camping trip. The bike I'm riding for this is a Harley 48, and mine in this video is not really set up for long distance rides yet, although you will see in future videos that I've modded it since I filmed this, and I even have a few 1,000+ mile trips that I'm gonna film in the future. But for this trip, I just kind of toughed it out, wore a rigid framed hiking backpack on my back, which I do not recommend, especially not for anything longer than this. And by the time I was coming home, I was definitely feeling it in my shoulders and my back. The 48 also has a peanut tank. It's 2.2 gallons, I think. And so that means pretty frequent fuel stops, even on a short trip like this. But that's one thing I don't really mind. If you were riding with other people a lot, I could see it getting annoying, but I don't really ride with other people. And for myself, a little fuel stop every hour or so to stretch the legs really doesn't bother me. And I carry an extra gallon of fuel in a fuel bag for longer rides where there might be some bigger gaps between stations. And on the way down, I stopped for a brief lunch in Florence, Alabama, which did not disappoint. The entrance over the Tennessee River was epic, and this town might have to be on my list of places to explore a little bit more thoroughly. I had some form of hot dog at the Wildwood Tavern, listened to a girl next to me complain about men, and then continued on my way. Shortly after this stop, I made it to the forest and started weaving my way in. I've left you hanging, but one of the main features of this forest is the hundreds of waterfalls, so I made it my goal to hike to a few, even though I was only here for the night.
I got as far as Cripple Creek that night. I met a girl with golden hair and green eyes. Fell in love on the outskirts of town. On my hat, figured I'd stick around. Hey, the part of me that longs to hold her at night would bury any man that don't treat her right. I'm gonna love and live and kill and fight my whole heart till death do us part.
I ditched the bike along the road and headed for Mize Mills Falls. Made it out here to Trailhead. We got a few other cars. I'm gonna hike back. The thing said it's like a half mile. And I feel like kind of a crazy person on a half-mile hike to literally be wearing this huge pack, but yeah, it doesn't seem safe to just set this out there, so I guess it's coming with me. The trail is short, but it fights you a little bit. There's a pretty solid scramble down, but if I'm able to do it one-handed while filming, then I'm sure you're gonna be fine. Once you get down this little cliff, you get your first real view of the waterfall. Absolutely beautiful down here. I wish I had known there's like a little camping area. I didn't know if you were allowed to camp down here, but you are, and if I would have known that, I probably would do it, but well, got the falls behind me. Nobody else down here. There were a couple other people that left as I was coming down. I got back to the bike and headed out. Next, I stopped by Caney Creek Falls, but I decided not to hike this one. The trailhead here is basically someone's yard and there were no other vehicles around, so I felt kind of weird just leaving my motorcycle there. There was like a little sign for the falls, but it was right among houses, and I typically trust my intuition, so I just decided to move on. I cruised about a half hour down south and found my campsite for the night. Corinth Recreation Area was my home for the night. I I hung my hammock and skipped the fire. It's not terribly cold and I didn't need to cook anything.
Got my campsite pretty much set up for tonight. Just rocking a hammock, sleeping bag, and then I've got air pad underneath, which makes a world of difference. I went super simple tonight.
After making camp, I ate at a bar in a marina a few miles away. The party here was rockin', but I dipped out early. No need for loose women and alcohol when I had a hammock and stars waiting for me. This was an incredibly peaceful night. I just laid there listening to the whippoorwills for a while and then got a good night's sleep. Sunday morning and it was time to move.
Wait for a few things to make sure they're charged. I want to make sure my little Osmo for the chin mount is pretty well charged for this, and then we're going to get going to these falls, which I don't remember the name of, but I'll put the name here. Luckily, it's only 25 minutes away, so unlike yesterday where I rode 3 hours and then did the falls, the pack won't have been on my back for that long, so I should be feeling good. It's about 2 hours, 2 miles round trip, so not bad at all. With a heavy pack after hours of riding, that could be annoying, but it'll be easy this morning.
First, I stopped down by the lake to see what was what right near my campsite. It was definitely some beautiful scenery.
I'll be sticking to my losing streak just like I've done before. Feel the underhand you're dealing teach me more and more. What the hell is wrong with me? I call it foolish pride. When you throw me off a cliff, I come back up the mountainside. See, I try like a fool and I try again. Crying like a baby left out in the wind.
Alright, so I just pulled up to this waterfall trailhead. They said there's a couple falls along it, so we're going to go walk. The thing online said it's 2 miles round trip. That could be give or take, because these aren't like maintained trails. They're just kind of, well, you can kind of see. They're just like walking paths that have no signs. So there's no signs here at the trailhead. I think I'm in the right spot, but we're going to go see what we can do. This is why I carry a Garmin, so that I can drop a pin right here just in case I do get lost. I can find my way back. Right.
This is such a cool trail. I'm still not even sure if it's the right one. Frankly, I haven't run into anybody and there's no signs, but either way, it's a beautiful area. All these trees, not much brush, you can really kind of see out. It's cool. I was on a flat trail for a little while there. It's opened up into this downhill where I hear water and stuff, so I think I'm almost there. But I'm not looking forward to coming back up this. This is cool. The trail's like just working its way down in steps. I think I'm just gonna go here. I hear more waterfalls behind me, but I'm just gonna go up to these ones. I would definitely say I like this one better than the first one I was at. That one was cool, but there were more people around and such. This, I haven't seen a single person. You drop down into this like gully. I don't know what you would call it even, like a mini canyon. But then there's just waterfall after waterfall going down.
Oh, I didn't film it, by the way, but I stashed my jacket because it was getting too hot and heavy. So I'll pick that up on my way back to the motorcycle. Then roll to Memphis. Probably eat breakfast somewhere. Let's see.
After this, I headed home and had to make one final stop that I usually make after a trip like this. If riding to Bankhead is a slow release of stress, going back to Memphis is the exact opposite. The roads go back to being terrible and the traffic increases the whole way. Ultimately, this trip is 100% worth it, and I am definitely going back soon.
I come back